Sup everybody, this is Karak with ACG, and I can positively say that Hitman 3, even though this is a preview, is the best game ever made and has 0 bugs. And I say that while sitting in my Hitman 3 themed chair and my Hitman 3 themed beanie, as well as wearing my Hitman 3 themed footies. But I can promise you that this video is all truth and completely objective. Let's begin. Hitman 3, the trilogy. It's finally wrapping up. January 20th, we're gonna finally get this game. Now, this game is actually published and developed by IO Interactive. This is the first time they're going all out, completely alone, doing it all their own way. And that makes sense because technically, that's the way Agent 47 has been through the other titles. Not so much this one. Agent 47 ends up tagging up with a couple people you don't expect. This will be as spoiler-free as I possibly can, and there are some restrictions in what we can show because this is just a preview. It's not fucking B-roll where the company decides you can't show shit. Let's begin. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, maybe subscribe. And always post it wherever good games are discussed. January 20th, it's coming soon. That's when the game is coming out. Let's discuss a couple things, and let's get them out of the way. The game doesn't somehow change Agent 47 too much. He's always been untroubled by true emotion. This is a dude that sounds the same if you fuck up his breakfast order or if he was on fire. Both would be like, Diana, my skin is sloughing off. Diana, I wanted a poppy seed bagel. They'd be identical. And though we are wrapping up the story here, that's one of the things that I like so much about Agent 47. He's just unfazed by almost anything, and not in the James Bond I have a tool that somehow is just perfect for this particular situation, like when Brosnan had that ring that works to shatter glass, but there was only one glass floor in the entire movie. Here, Agent 47 stock and trade is not iconic movie moments. It's scenic gameplay moments that look like a movie. That is a trade-off worth absolutely having. A place where there isn't a trade-off, though, is how Hitman 3 improves the games before it. If you unlock something like an item or a tool in Hitman 3, you can use it in Hitman 1 and 2, which only makes sense because how many times you've been playing a game and you'd be like, why did I not have this for the first game? Especially in Hitman 1, 2, and 3, where their timeline is so truncated. This causes all 3 games to feel like one complete package, especially because when you buy Hitman 3, you do get the other titles. Let's speak about the levels, though. Enter Dubai, the first of the new locations, a total of 6 new locations that present Hitman 3's story. It's also the only one I can show parts of today, a multi-layered location. It's got Agent 47 tracking down targets just as he's done in other games, unlocking new exits from those locations as he beats the levels, just as the prior games, as well as finding entire new storylines for each location and NPC and unraveling his own story, just like the prior games. But replayability has always been the name of this title anyway. You want to return to a level but have a new starting spot where suddenly you're a cook or a royal or a butler or a guard, you can do that. And this is where Hitman 3 continues the tradition of those overlapping story-based moments with the actual mission that allows for you to have so much replayability. Many games can be replayed, but few can start you in completely new locations, which also changes the beat and tempo of the entire experience. And while doing so may unlock some small snippet of the story, when pulled in, it all unravels more of this spy-filled narrative and world that Agent 47 lives in. And we certainly see that in Dubai right from the start. This is an epic level and one of the most enjoyable ones I've got to play. Is it equal to Paris? I don't know. I got to play it a couple more times. Also, Hitman 3 now has shortcuts, or as the rest of humanity calls them, doors and ladders. I'm not going to blow a bunch of wind up your ass here. Their shortcut system, it's pretty much just a door or a box or a ladder that you can use. It's a bit like Dark Souls, where as you traverse and explore new shortcuts or doors, they can be unlocked for easier travel between spaces later. And I want to make something absolutely clear because I bet you're thinking it as well. I did not feel that the shortcuts were so often that they negatively impacted the tried and true tense moments of trying to catch up to a target before they got somewhere or did something that would make killing them that much harder. And the jury will be out until the reviews are released when it comes to if these make substantial changes to the game. I think with Hitman 3 so far, it does exactly what I was hoping it would do. It extends the excellence of the prior titles into this final package. It incorporates that continued progressive feel that the game has had by constantly improving those prior games with the technology, and improves the story because things feel more cohesive even after the prior title's release, which is something you just don't see in other games. But what you may see in other games is a slightly better story and a more prominent one. And here with Hitman 3, they're trying to do it. Now, the first thing you have to realize is Agent 47 would be the worst vacation guest ever. People just be walking around going, where's John? And every single day, another guest would end up disappearing. These stories have been an excuse to get a bald piano wire carrying murder maestro out and killing people and not worry that his music doesn't fit perfectly with the grand orchestra of the world around it. It's about making your own music murder. Hitman isn't oblivious to emotion at all. It's just that it's untroubled by it. And while attempting to make a more personable Agent 47, I'm not 100% sure that's going to succeed. What I feel pretty confident will succeed, though, is that gameplay, because it's tried and true Hitman through and through with that added replayability. We're just going to have to see if it all comes together. Usually I don't do previews because when I talk to a company, I tell them, I'm like, listen, man, if I don't like a business decision you made, or if I don't like what I'm reading, I'm just not going to do it. And I'll tell you I won't do it and won't accept the code. And a lot of companies are very open to this. Some are not. Luckily, these guys were, but I'm going to tell you right now, something's pissing me off. You can already tell I'm getting pissed off. Something's pissing me off on this, and I'm just stunned, and I don't care. I don't care about any excuses. The fact that it's done infuriates me, and that is that they locked Hitman 1, 2, and 3's VR to PSVR. You might as well wash out 2 fucking old dirty Coke bottles and stare down them with that cottage cheese ass resolution. It's a little bit like saying there's a brand new superhero movie, but it's locked and exclusive to a black and white 13-inch fucking TV. This is a travesty. It's a shame. It's absolutely not an acceptable gateway to current technology anymore. VR is fantastic. VR is great, especially in the current isolationist shit that we have now, where a lot of people can't go out and get into groups. You want good VR. So to me, if this was fully compatible, I would have no issue. The PSVR is not even fully fucking compatible with the PS5. Sony couldn't get off their asses and actually make that compatible. You have to email them for an adapter. That's like 1940 shit. And even if you get the adapter, guess what? It's not even going to be the PS5 version of these games. It's going to be the PS4 version, piping hot through its fucking 180p resolution bullshit, smudge-o-vision. I hate this. Guys, I'm a fan of VR. VR has now seen Half-Life Alyx. VR has seen improvements in various games and huge titles coming. And these guys get Hitman. Hitman first person. It looks awesome. It's going to be so great. It's going to be VR. They're not even using the Move controllers. So you're going to be playing that goddamn thing with that log-ass PS4 controller instead of Move controllers as you play it, and basically put wax paper over your fucking eyes for resolution. I'm sorry. I can't hide it. I'm not gonna. It fucking sucks. And I don't give a shit what it costs them. Has nothing to do with that. I do not care whatsoever about the business or any decisions. This is the end result for the gamer, and the fact is that completely sucks donkey balls. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Check out the D&D podcast I do. It's a role-playing D&D RPG tabletop podcast called ACG&D. Always rolling natural 20s, because that's the way we do it. I hope you have an awesome week. Hey, check me out for new videos coming up soon. Peace out.